So why do some people get great results from their funnel or website and others don't, right? Sometimes it just seems unfair. Obviously, when you have a lot of traffic, you can get better results, but how do you know the right things to put on your website or funnel to actually get the results? So it wasn't until I discovered these 7 things that every site needs to have that I really started to see the patterns of more conversions happening. So I'm going to share with you those 7 things, and I want you to put them into practice. Or you might watch this later with your website pulled up and see if you have these 7 things on your site that I'm going to share with you. My name is Brad Parnell. I'm one of the founders of Genie Rocket. I believe every business needs a clear message and a great sales funnel to get results. So let's get started here. So the first thing is the 7 steps that you need on your site or funnel. So number 1 we have is a header. So making sure that you have a very clear header. What is your one-liner? And it has to have emotion and logic in it, right? We know people buy based on emotion and they justify with logic. So if you had someone look at your website right now, could they clearly see, or could they clearly articulate back what you do, who you do it for? It's that easy. Number 2, a lot of people don't do this, but this is really important. This is called the stakes. What is the cost of not doing business with you? If you don't get this product or service, what is the worst case scenario? Now, we don't want to paint all doom and gloom and be too negative, but we also want to create a little bit of fear of what happens if they don't choose you, what could go wrong. Number 3 we have is the value proposition. And a lot of times this is the art of just articulating well, what problem are you solving? If you're having trouble with this, we like to think about this triangle of good, fast, and cheap. Are you the cheapest? Are you the fastest? Are you the best? Sometimes the saying goes as pick 2. So how do you really press into 2 of those, make that your value proposition, and show how you're solving problems? Number 4 is called the plan. This is moving someone from where they are now to where they want to be. What is their desired state? And how do you simplify that process? And think about it in 3 ways. How do you take someone from here to here and showcase your process? This isn't internal technobabble of all the things that you're going to do and all the technical stuff, but how do you go from like, we're going to have a consultation, we're going to build the plan of your dreams, and then we're going to execute and build your dreams. How do you put that into your business and make it that easy? So that is the plan. Number 5 is called the explanation. This is really good for SEO. This is just a few paragraphs that give a little bit more information about your what, about your how, sometimes about your who, and make sure you use some good keywords in there for people that like to read. Number 6 of 7 is your authority. So it's not so much what you say, but what others say about you. So a lot of times this is third-party validation like testimonials, case studies, associations you're affiliated with, what other people say about you, and why it's important. Number 7, this is a really important one. If you guys don't get anything out of this, there's 2 things I want you to catch. The first is the headline. A lot of people don't scroll past that. So if you miss that clarity around your message in the headline, then you can forget all this other stuff because you've got to be polarizing and clear on your emotional and logical headline. This next step is the second most important. This is your call to action. You need to have a direct and a secondary call to action. Your direct call to action is the very clear one that we all think of, right? It's like, buy now, contact us, schedule a consultation. It's the gold mine. It's where we want everyone to go to. The truth is not everyone is ready to get married to us right away. We have to think about it, the relationship. So we need to have a secondary call to action that's usually something like a lead magnet. What can you give out for free in exchange for an email address that is worth value so you can eventually get them into a nurturing sequence so they can know you a little bit more, like you a little bit better, trust you, and eventually become your best customer? What is your secondary call to action that you can do on your website? And then the last part's the bonus. It's called the junk drawer. So just like your junk drawer at home, it's okay to have a junk drawer on your website. Make sure it's at the bottom. This is everything else that's not on the website from the top that we just went through that you feel like is really important to have. Just put it in the footer and people will find it. So I encourage you to go through your website, go through those 7 steps. If something's missing, go in there and change it. We built one platform to make it really easy to put in your message on either a funnel or a website in a drag and drop editor, as well as have an email follow-up system. So if you want to join us in that journey, go to genierocket.com and you can get started for free. If you like this video, we're going to be sending you some more. Also make sure to join us for Traffic Tuesday and Funnel Fridays, our 2 live webinars where we do ongoing teaching like this so you can build a stronger business and get unstuck. I'll see you next time.